DJI Mavic 3 update. Got that? Coming up next. Bill the Drone Reviewer here. If you like the content of this video or anything on my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any future content. With that, let's begin. The other night I hosted Rotor Talk Live, and for a better part of the show we discussed all the latest regarding the DJI Mavic 3. So without any further ado, let's roll that clip in its entirety. All right, we're going to move on to the number one subject of the night, a Mavic 3 update. And I'm like, holy cow, saw these pictures the other day and I'm like, could be the real deal. Could be, guys. Could be. Let's take a look here and see. All right, now there was an article on DroneDJ. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to get that article up here. Now, this is a leak, and take it for what it's worth. You know, we don't, you know, we're sharing this, you know, this was on DroneDJ here. All right. You can see camera is very different on this, much bigger. Let's go ahead and read the article. We've been hearing rumors about the Mavic 3 for quite some time now. Leaks come from Brazilian YouTube channel Drone Modelissimo, which had access to supposedly exclusive information on the Mavic 3. According to Drone Modelissimo, all the information is obtained from a reliable source. However, since they can't show real photos of the drone, the channel shared some illustrations based on the product. The specs listed: new collision avoidance system, side sensors removed, front and rear sensors shifted to corners and apparently wide angle, Hasselblad dual camera, top with 7x zoom, lower 5.7K 24mm f2.8, 16mm adapter lens, Apple ProRes format support, 1 terabyte internal memory, more than 40 minutes of flight time, 5,000 or 6,000 milliamp lithium-ion battery, not sure. Battery mount is from the back, Mini 2 style. Gimbal now has integrated automatic lock. I don't know if it continues with the acrylic protector like they have before. We use the same radio as the Air 2S. A new smart controller will be released too. Video reveals significant changes coming to the next DJI drone, which doesn't come as a surprise since DJI Mavic 2 was released in 2018. Now now it's worth noting that according to the source of the original leak, there'll be at least 2 different versions of the Mavic 3. There's no word on which version is in today's leak, and they'll be, I'll drop a link in the description so you can check out the article from DroneDJ, and also you can check out Drone Modelissimo's video here. Although the design is different, the size is similar to the Mavic 2. There'll be a new anti-collision system that's now based on sensors relocated in the corners with new wide-angle lenses, okay? And you can see the sensors are moved over to the corner here. So I'm thinking with something like that, it's going to handle things to the side as well too. So that's why they probably eliminated the side sensors. The main camera features a 24mm f2.8 aperture lens, which is capable of shooting video on 5.7K. Users can add an adapter to turn the lens into a 16mm lens if they wish. There's also a Hasselblad dual lens camera for up to 7 times zoom. Drone Modelissimo says the cameras will support the Apple ProRes codec, but the bit rate remains unknown. Internally, DJI Mavic 3 will have 1 terabyte of storage by default, but the company may also offer another version with 2 terabytes of storage. Guys, a terabyte of storage on a drone? That's wow. Okay, that's really stepping up to the plate here. The gimbal is expected to feature a new automatic locking system that will lock it when you turn off the drone, rather than requiring manual adjustment as on current models. As for the battery, the leaked specifications reveal a lithium-ion battery of about 6,000 milliamps. The channel heard from its source that the Mavic 3's battery should be able to provide more than 40 minutes of flight time. The YouTuber also claims the radio system will be the same as the Air 2S, but will come with a new smart control. And that's one thing I want to stop right here. I would have bet the house that it would have come with a new smart controller. Okay, I could have told you that. I could just about guarantee that. Now it really looks very similar to the Mavic 2. Okay, it shares a lot of the design characteristics with it. There's ventilation on top. You could see up there. I mean, these are all probably renderings. As far as we know, these are drawings based on some pictures. So, we're going with what these guys say here. Another thing to keep in mind, although the drone is being called the Mavic 3, it's like the final name is something like DJI Pro 3, as the company has been dropping the Mavic brand from its drones. Drone model claims the official launch could take place as early as October 21, but the channel source also said the company has already considered postponing it to January 2022. Okay, and there's supposedly a image of the bottom of the drone right there. We've heard DJI has another product launch later this year, so hopefully it arrives before the holidays. So, yeah, all right, that's a lot to digest there regarding the Mavic 3. That's the most information we have had in quite a long time, and that's according, if this source is reliable. Now, these are not outland. One of the things, let's take some things into consideration here and just, because I've been doing this for a while. These aren't outlandish specs, okay? Let's look at that, okay? The specs that are there are very reasonable, okay? They're robust, but they're very reasonable. That's something that DJI could do easily, okay? I don't see them having a problem doing something like that. The design from the pictures, the other thing here, the design from the pictures, it's not a radical departure from the Mavic 2 series, which DJI doesn't like to do radical changes with this, okay? They went from the Mavic 1 to the Mavic 2, all right, and again, retaining a lot of the same characteristics as far as the body shape and the way it looked and the gimbal and everything, and this is kind of the same here, okay? We're not seeing a real significant shift in terms of what the drone actually looks like. So that's kind of keeping true to form with what DJI does. All right, they really kind of are keeping this in line with their other drones, which I think is great. All right, with the Mavic series here. All right, how big is the sensor? Did not say, Ted. Okay, the camera is the big thing. You're right, Bill. It's a pretty significant camera on here, and that steps up the ball game on this one. Now, they talked about 2 models with this, and there may be a different camera on this. Okay, we may be seeing a pro model, the upgraded model, and there may be a more basic model. We don't know, but what Drone Modelissimo says, it sounds like there's 2 versions of this. So that's something we'll have to take into account when the time comes. Now, everything I've heard is 2022 before the Mavic 3 is coming out, or the DJI Pro 3, or whatever they're going to call this. October, I don't see that happening. And I don't see it happening for a huge reason, because my guess, and this is just an educated guess, they're going to come out with a Mini 3, and they're going to come out with a Mini 3 in November, like they came out with a Mini 2 in November and the original Mini in November. All right. And that's going to be a perfect Christmas drone. All right. Just in time for the holidays. It's going to have a good price point. It's going to have a very robust feature set. All right. I know we're talking about the Mavic 3, but the Mini 3 is probably what DJI has geared up, coming in November. Okay. And with something like that, they're not going to put out a Mavic 3 this year. All right. They don't want, plus they have the Mini SE. So it's going to be a DJI Mini Christmas. Okay. The Mini SE for people who are being introduced to drones, and the Mini 3 for those that want the Mac Daddy of mini drones. Okay. I can tell you already. All right. Without even seeing a spec on the Mini 3, and I'm sure you guys will. Bill, do you think DJI will ever offer new colors on their drones? Ray, that's a good question. I think probably not, because it costs them money to do that. And there's a lot of people out there who make, who make drone skins out there. And that's a very robust business, Ray. So I don't think they're going to do that. And the reason I don't think they're going to do that is because of cost. I think they want to, they want, because this is going to be this Mavic 3 cost wise, again, with what we're thinking on this, this is going to be close to 2K. I'll say that right now. Of that, I have absolutely no doubt. Okay, this thing will definitely hit the 2K mark, and it's going to be, it's going to be worth every penny of it. I can definitely say that. Question of the day: what do you think of all the latest regarding the DJI Mavic 3? Let me know in the comments section below. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, it's a great day to fly.